Hi everyone, my name is Kimberlyn Acevedo. I go by lafemmepapi, and that is my DJ name, and it is also my gender. Um, I identify as genderqueer, and I was born and raised in San Francisco, which is the community I am currently living in and working really hard to stay in. Um, I am making this video today to practice what I preach in sharing vulnerability and sharing my truth, and also practicing receiving, which I know if my mentors are watching this, they would be very proud of me. And if my tarot reader, my homegirl, hey boo, look at me, I'm asking for the help, and I'm open to receiving the love. But I need support right now. In June, I had to abruptly move, and I had to find a new place in 4 days. I managed to do so, and I moved into the place that I'm currently at. Recently, I got word that the rent is increasing by $1,350. This is not new. This is some fuck-ass behavior that San Francisco, New York, and a lot of fucking cities have been having to deal with. And we also know that it's mostly communities of color, poor people who are impacted by this. I grew up here. I've already been displaced from the city. And I've been at risk of that over and over and over since I moved back home 4 years ago. This is going to be my 5th time moving in the past year and a half. That's 18 months. And I need help. As soon as shelter in place happens, my DJing career basically, and I work part-time at a school in San Francisco, a public high school that does not pay me over the summer because I'm classified as a paraprofessional. Unfortunately, paraprofessionals, who are mostly people of color, mostly community, like people who reflect our community, do not get paid. We do not get paid over the summer. So I had to move into a new place June 1st. June 2nd, the last day of school for the district, was also my last day of earning money. So since June 2nd, I have been in major transition, and I've been treading water. I have also been really activated, but taking my own advice and doing the work that I need to do to regulate my nervous system so that I can show up for my community. With this move coming up, I am not in a position I want to be in a position to continue showing up for my community. I also want to be in a position where I don't have to worry about housing every couple of months. I want to find safe, stable housing in San Francisco or in the Bay Area so that I can continue doing work with kids growing up in the city that I grew up in. Yeah. And I need support to find and be able to afford a deposit and pay for my rent as I navigate these months without any income. I did also start offering one-on-ones, and I was very fortunate to have so many people trust me and want me to support them through whatever challenging experiences they're going through right now. And as an anti-capitalist entrepreneur, that has also been very challenging. As an anti-capitalist entrepreneur with not a lot of income streams, that has been very challenging. As an anti-capitalist entrepreneur and artist and working artist, that wasn't very challenging. I could afford to have a low-paying job that gave me direct connection to young people, to my community, to the community I always want to be in service of. But I can't do that anymore. In fact, I cannot keep selling myself short for access to my own people. I do not need to go through institutions, I believe. I don't need to go through institutions, third parties, to be able to express my love and care and competency for my community. I want to be able to directly do that, and I believe that I have the skills to do so. So I'm also in asking people to support and donate for my housing relocation, to stable housing. I'm also asking people to invest in me in starting my business. I believe that I deserve to be able to do so in a way that's not costly for me, in a way that doesn't make me hustle and have a million jobs, which if you've known me from college, you know that I worked full-time in college while also going to school full-time at an Ivy League school while having ADHD that was untreated. But I digress. A bitch is very functional, and that just means that that coping skill of mine is very strong. It doesn't mean that my shit's been easy. I've had a very hard time, and this is also why I'm like, I don't have to struggle alone. I think and I believe and I trust that there are people out there that can have the means to support me and who do value the work that I do and want the people who I support to get support. So I hope that you invest in me. And if you are not able to donate to help me with housing and creating the sustainable business that will allow me to just be in direct communion with my community, I hope that you're able to treat yourself and invest in yourself by booking a healing session with me. And I will be launching my calendar as soon as I am settled into my new place, which I'm very hopeful for. I bless you, Papa. I'm very hopeful that there is a miracle around the corner. I'm open to receiving, and I trust that I will be okay, and I know that you will be okay too. And I cannot wait to be stable and to be in a consistent flow with my community with no more derailments and interruptions. Thank you. Thank you. You just spit in my face and I loved it. I loved it, Papacito. I loved it, Papacito. I loved it, Papacito. I loved it.